Average run week. So at the moment, my average run week, and part of this has been based on the Achilles issues I've had, so it's a bit different to how it used to be. I used to probably run like 4 to 5 times a week, whereas I'm now trying to run most days, but a little bit. So I'm probably now running 6 times a week with 1 day off, but it's probably like similar volume overall, but just, a bit more regular because I find that helps the Achilles. Normal-ish run week would be maybe like half an hour to 40-minute jog on a Monday, like super steady. Tuesday, I've then been doing track, so that is way more. At the moment, I've been keeping that at like sort of mainly tempo with a bit of threshold at the end, because obviously I've just been getting back into track, so we didn't want to go like flat out to start with. So that's kind of controlled track at the moment. Wednesday is like another sort of 30 to 40-minute little jog. Thursday is probably a bit longer, like 50 minutes to an hour, again steady. Friday will be the day off running. Saturday, I'm trying to do like a sort of longer tempo-ish run, so 8 to 10k of tempo within a like 16 to 18-ish k. Again, keeping that like quite controlled, so not getting overexcited with it. And then Sunday is generally a bit of a longer run. At the moment, it hasn't been that long. Probably building that to like an hour and a half to hour 45 in the next few weeks. So that's the kind of overall week. Within that, I'm trying to do my drills around track and around the tempo run, and I'm trying to do the like general mobility, etc. on most days. I say trying because I've not quite managed to do it every day yet, but trying to be better at the mobility. But yeah, that's the kind of general running. Example track session, so last week I had 6x1k. I was aiming for about 3:40 pace, and I was taking about a minute and a quarter in between. And the plan was to keep the first 4 quite controlled and build the last 2. I'm not very good at pacing, so I went off a bit hard. Most of the ones last week, first 4 were about 3:30 to 3:35. And then my last 2 were more like 3:37, 3:38. But part of that is also the track that we were on last week is quite solid. So it's like definitely, I could feel like the fatigue in my legs from the hard track. And then like today's track session was 2k at that kind of 3:40 pace, and then 200 easy, and then 3x400 building with 200 easy in between. So the 400s I was trying to, like the first 3 I tried to keep quite conservative because I was like, I want to keep the pace throughout. So I kind of did them at maybe like 3:36 going down to 3:30-ish pace. And then the last 3 I tried to build a bit more. So I think I got down to about 3:25-ish pace. But yeah, at the moment I don't have that top end. I'm basically still at that, trying to build into it slowly, because I don't want to I was like, it's not worth it for the sake of like a hero 400 going really fast to then ping something. So building into getting faster. And then like the Saturday tempo sessions are a bit different. At the moment, I'm basically doing like blocks of tempo. So last week was 8k of doing over-unders, k at 4 minutes and a k at 3:40. And we're just kind of gradually building that. So like this week, I'm going to try and do 10k of that. And then I think the week after it'll be like 12k of that. Moment for this camp, I have just been in the Adidas I think they're the SL. They're basically the shoes with the foam and not the carbon plate. I've found previously that doing more of my sessions in carbon seems to slightly exacerbate my Achilles. And I don't know whether it's because it allows me to run that bit faster or whether it's the way that it pushes me onto my toes a bit more, puts a bit more strain on my Achilles. But yeah, basically at the moment I've been like, I'm not that close to racing, so I don't need to feel what the carbon shoes feel like. I'm not doing long enough sessions that I think the extra recovery you get from running in carbon is helpful at the moment. So if anything, I was like, I want the impact. The foam lessens the impact a bit, but kind of doesn't seem to aggravate my Achilles like the carbon can do. I'll probably be back to trying to do maybe one session in carbon when I get home, because then I will feel like I've done enough without it to kind of strengthen the Achilles, get them back to what they need to be. So when I run, slightly dependent on a few different things. So part of it is what's the key session of that day and do I have company? So generally speaking for me, if it's my key session of the day, I'd rather get that done as one of the first sessions. Not the first, like I'm always going to want to swim first because I like being fresher for the swim. I like getting that done. But for example, today I did track at about 12 because then it was like I've swum, I've gone back, had some breakfast, had a bit of time to chill, but then I'm getting that done and then it's like easy spin later. But depends on, as I said, if I've got company. I think quite often for run sessions having company is really helpful, so I would be flexible with that and run in the evening if that meant I had company. But yeah, I'd say at the weekend I've been tending to do those tempo runs first on a Saturday. Again, like for me it's like it's the key session, I kind of want to be fresher for it. I think you get enough of the fatigued running through the week and just doing the steady runs. As I get closer to racing and start doing some like brick runs, some of those will be tempo runs off the bike. But yeah, they're kind of, I think unless you're doing like a kind of specific brick, I don't think it matters too much when you're doing it.